Meme coins, the source of so much joy and so much sadness for so many people. In today's short video, we're going to go through a super quick history of meme coins, why they're so relevant in today's society, what are the risks of meme coins, and how you can get engaged with them responsibly. Let's get started. First of all, why are we even talking about meme coins? Isn't that just gambling? Well, to be honest, if you asked me this before 2024, I would tend to agree. However, some very valid research from both Grayscale, Forbes, and other reputable sources and simple data shows that, guys, if you are in crypto, you're either in Bitcoin for its almost guaranteed long-term safety and capital appreciation, or you want to be in sectors that are outperforming Bitcoin. Because, as you know, Bitcoin is the big dog, most important cryptocurrency, but all the other tokens such as Ethereum, Solana, and of course meme coins, they carry potentially higher returns, but also higher risk. So when you're first starting your crypto journeys, you're always counting everything in dollar terms or euro terms. You want to compare, for example, Bitcoin to euro. How much money do I need to buy crypto? But when you have crypto, you want to compare sectors that are outperforming the top leading character, in this case, Bitcoin. And quite frankly, there's only been a handful of sectors in 2024 that have really outperformed the markets, and meme coins are among these very few sectors that did. All right, but what are meme coins? What gives them value? Do they have any utility at all? And how did this crazy phenomenon even start? For this, we have to go all the way back to 2013 when there was a very viral dog picture going around the internet. It was an adorable Kabosu dog, and it was saying stuff like, much wow, such cool. If you were on sites like 9gag back in the day, this was the juice. But there was an interesting development when two software engineers decided to actually make a peer-to-peer transaction network similar to Bitcoin that was basically based on this picture. It became Dogecoin, and it is widely recognized as the original meme coin. Of course, they had no idea what kind of crazy phenomenon this would become. It took a long time for this to actually grow into something meaningful. It took about 7-8 years because once Elon Musk started taking notice of all of these things, that is when meme coins and Doge in particular really started to take off. So if we want to explain meme coins in simplest terms, they are tokenized attention. We live in attention economy, and this is perfectly exemplified through one of the most famous people on the planet Earth, Elon Musk. Allegedly, when he was going around his factory, he would ask factory workers, guys, do you have any crypto? And the factory workers would say, yes, we own some Dogecoin. And he was like, okay, so if Bitcoin is for the elite, Dogecoin is for the people. I am a man of the people. I will support Dogecoin. And of course, everything else since is history. There have been many other meme coins. After that, you have Shiba Inu, you have, of course, many others, such as Pepe, Fog, many others. But the bottom line is, meme coins are simply tokenized attention. So what gives meme coins value? What is their utility? Honestly, it is mostly focused around mindshare. What gets talked about on X, on TikTok, and other social platforms, what speculators believe meme coins to be valuable, that is usually a rough estimate, if not overestimate, of a token's actual value. Sure, there are main cryptocurrency in meme coin sectors such as Dogecoin, which actually might have some real world applications such as Elon Musk using it as a payment processing on X. We all know that Mark Cuban already uses Dogecoin as a way to buy tickets for Dallas Mavericks games, NBA games. So yes, there is some actual utility for some meme coins, such as Dogecoin and others, but in reality, it is mostly driven by speculators who believe that in the future is going to be worth much more. Basically, like all of crypto, especially exemplified with meme coins. Now, let's discuss some serious risks of meme coins and how you can maybe stay safe. All right, let's talk risks, and we can use an example, very recent one, from Haley Welch, aka the Hawk2Up girl. If you've been around for the last couple of months, you surely know that there's a very famous video of her making a really funny clip of what to do in bed, and most importantly, she became kind of an influencer of sorts, where her 5 minutes of fame really went a long way. She even started her podcast and did everything seemingly right until the point she decided to launch her meme coin. Now, this was all good and great for the first couple of minutes. The meme coin soared to $500 million in market capitalization because she was an internet celebrity and people really bought into this idea, only to be dumped on, aka being completely betrayed in a way from her team and everyone who participated. This is a perfect example of a risk in meme coin sector, because even though you might believe that this is something incredible and funny and it's gonna make you millions, this is a perfect example where meme coins are super dangerous, super scary, and how you can really only gamble with the money you're willing to lose, because this is of course the rule for all crypto, but meme coins in particular. Nobody really knows what's going to happen next with this crazy thing. Maybe there's going to be something called a community takeover, where somebody tries to bring this thing back to life, but honestly, you really cannot take such gambles, and this is a perfect example of the risks in crypto. What you can do to stay safe, if you want some market exposure to meme coins, usually this safe-ish option is to simply go with market leaders. So if you want to get some quality exposure to meme coins, you can always go with the tried and true versions such as Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe, those kinds of things that have really high market capitalization, slightly less fluctuations, and maybe can give you a couple more X's before the end of the bull market. Just remember, you need to know what game you're playing. You're playing a gambling game, and you are playing against people who are way more experienced than you, who will be aggressively selling their positions, me included. Alright, now you understand what are meme coins, what gives them value, and what are the risks. So how can you get started in this wild west of meme coin sector? There are a couple ways to get exposure. Firstly, we have centralized exchanges, and those are usually the best starting point for everyone starting with crypto, because they're very user-friendly, and even though you do have to give up some control over your assets, because the famous saying goes, not your keys, not your crypto, if you don't practice self-custody, you always stand the risk of experiencing something like what happened with FTX in 2022, when users' funds were frozen and gone basically forever. However, it is a very small risk, and nowadays most best centralized exchanges have a security measures in place, even a security fund, so that is mostly been nullified. So some of the great centralized exchange options you have, if you want to go with security, and maybe the biggest out there. Currently, the market leader is Binance, Coinbase in the US, and you also have Upbit in Korea and those parts of Asia. And finally, if you want to take on some extra risk for potentially higher gains, you can explore some decentralized alternatives such as Uniswap or even Azura. On platforms like this, you're going to need a Web3 wallet such as MetaMask or Rabbi, and you have the ability to filter through some categories such as trending, meme coin categories, and even this pre-launch, which I'm not even going to talk about considering it is the casinoist of casinos. Guys, for this approach, you really need to be in communities, talk with people, do a lot of research, and make sure to really know what you're doing. And that's all on the topic of meme coins. Hope you learned something, that you're more equipped to handle this wild west of meme coin trenches. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out on my X at blockchainboki. Thanks for watching. Till next time, have an amazing day.